Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue Show. Very special edition. It's a competition edition. That's right. I am competing with a bunch of great folks and fellow YouTube barbecue pitmasters in the Barbecue Pitmasters of YouTube competition. Now, this is sponsored by the amazing Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. Joe keeps giving and giving and giving. Shout out to Smokin Joe. I follow a lot of his recipes and I joined him on the live stream. That's how all this came about. We were on a kind of Wednesday night live stream. We were just chitting and chatting. Joe decided he's going to put together all of us who have less than 5,000 subscribers in a head-to-head competition. And then we spin the wheel of meat and we come up with what we're going to cook. My counterpart, or the competitor I'm up against, is Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. Shout out to Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. I've watched the show. It's a great show. Best of luck to him. Best of luck to everyone who's competing. Vote for everybody. You know, vote. Just go and vote. It's a pile of fun. We're going to have a pile of fun. What did I spin and win, so to speak, on the wheel of meat? Steak. So what did I decide to do? Put some thought into it. We are making beef tenderloin. Check that out. My friends just up the road. On the Yoder, we're going to be smoking that up with some Montreal spice. Now, what are we going to have with our beef tenderloin? We're going to have a Canadian delicacy. It's kind of like the blowfish of Canada. In other words, if you don't eat it properly, if you don't cook it properly, it actually is not very good for you at all. It gives you some foodborne illness. That's right, Fiddleheads, straight from Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. We're having Fiddleheads. What do those look like? They're the kind of fawns from the ostrich plant, and when you cook them up and cook them up properly, they're kind of like those top parts of the asparagus. Now with that, we are going to have what I call David Hasselhoff potatoes, little mini potatoes. Well, actually they're Hasselback potatoes, so little mini ones. I'm going to put a sauce in them. Check that out. I've already started playing around.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
Hello, hello. So we're going to make some sauce. We got a lot of fun to go on. We got a lot of cooking to do. Let's get started. All right, first things first, let's get our potatoes going. So simple trick, a couple of large chopsticks or wood, and then we put our potatoes here. Comme ça. What you want to do is slice down. There we go. Make nice slits, and do not go all the way through. And the, there, perfect, see? There we go. And so we are going to cut all these potatoes, and then we're going to make a delicious sauce. And onto the Yoder they're going to go to cook at 425. All right, and so forth and so on. So we've washed our fiddleheads very carefully. They come actually triple washed, but I give them another little quick rinse, and there they are. And now into the boiling water they go for 15 minutes. All right, let's get our sauce ready now for our David Hasselhoff potatoes using great French butter, Le Presidente butter here. Very rich and creamy, so we're going to put, I don't know, about a quarter cup, give or take, a big chunk of butter. Let's melt that down. By the way, shout out to Sam the cooking guy. This is where I got the inspiration for the little mini potatoes. It's really his recipe. I'm going to make a few little tweaks, but shout out to Sam the cooking guy for this David Hasselback, mini Hasselback potatoes. All right, our butter is melting. We're going to add a sploosh of oil. In this case, I'm adding a bit of camelina oil just to give it a bit of pop of flavor. We're going to put in a bit of garlic. Come on, come on, out you go. Everybody into the pool. Let's just mix that up. Very nice, very nice. And then we'll add some S&P. Very good. And the piece de resistance is a little bit of Hungarian hot paprika. Why Hungarian hot paprika? Well, as it happens, one of our guests tonight is Hungarian. So in his honor, some Hungarian hot paprika. A couple of teaspoons, I guess. There we go, that's good. All right, perfect. Let that cook for a little spell. All right, and now the fun part, that's been sitting for a couple of minutes. That's looking delicious. This is the first of several coatings that we are going to put on to our potatoes. So we're going to cook at 425, and we're going to add some of this sauce every 10 minutes for half an hour. These are little potatoes, so they should cook up just fine. I'm going to put them up on the Yoder. Look at how all that buttery goodness goes into potato, and you'll see they'll start to spread out, and oh, it's going to be amazing. Thank you, by the way, to Yoder for making the trophy. There's a wonderful trophy that Joe has got made up from Yoder. It would look amazing as a background or on my shelf, so If you like my video, be sure and vote. It's quick elimination, whatever. It's a pile of fun, man. Whatever happens, happens. There we go. All right, that's our first level. Look at those potatoes. Beautiful. All right, let's get them on to the Yoder. All right, Yoder's cranking away at 425, 435. And look at how clean that is. Yes, that's right, I did a clean. Some folks were commenting, boy, your Yoder could use a cleaning, and I gave it one. All right, so let's put those on, and we'll set our timer every 10 minutes. We'll put some more sauce on. All right, our fiddleheads have been boiling for 15 minutes, so let's get them off, and let's take care of business. And then we'll plunge them into ice water. There we go. That way they stop cooking. One left. Come on out of there. Come on, you fiddlehead. All right. There we go. And let them sit. All right, it's been our first 10 minutes, so let's give these a nice basting. But butter that I used wasn't quite enough, so I just added more butter, more salt, pepper, a little more garlic, and more hot paprika. Back on for another 10 minutes. All right, time to prep up the star of the show, our beef tenderloin steaks. I've got, of course, my Dale Strom knife. Maybe it'll bring me good luck. All right, so let's open this up. These look amazing, aged 60 days. Beautiful. Cooking 2 of them tonight. So we're not gonna do too much for these, that's for sure. I'm gonna put on a little Montreal-style steak spice on top, and I got this actually in Montreal. If you haven't had the chance to go to Montreal, take the opportunity. It's a wonderful city, one of the greatest cities in the world. I like a little bit of spice. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is put these on the Yoder and bring these up to temperature in around 100 degrees. And then I'm gonna finish them in the pan. All right, so now what we need is our handy Yoder thermometer, so we can kind of keep track of temps here. We'll put that in. And again, I'm targeting a temperature of 100 degrees. And then I'm gonna move it and sear it, and then we'll be done. All right, let's get this onto the Yoder. Okay, I've moved the potatoes over to the Crown Verity to continue cooking them at around 425. I've lowered the temperature on the Yoder to 225, and we're gonna bring this filet mignon up. We'll watch it carefully. All right. Our filet mignon has reached temperature, at least on the Yoder, so the Yoder has done its work. It is 105, so I better get them off of there. The fine art of getting the thermometer out. There we go. Looking good. Check that out. Now for the searing. All right, so filet mignon is resting. Let's get our fiddleheads going. So let's just drain these fiddleheads. And now let's put some camelina oil, which is high smoke oil, but it adds a delicious flavor into our pan. Let's put a little bit of garlic in there. Perfect. Release some of that flavor, brown up a bit, get that nutty flavor of the garlic going. And now let's put in our fiddleheads. Squeeze a lemon, cook those up well, and on top of that I'm going to put a little cattleman's grill. All right, we'll let those cook up. Not for too long. Now let's check out our grill. With our temperature guide here, our grill should be smoking hot. 376. Oh, there we go. 422, 431, 400. All right, with those temperatures, you want a low smoke point oil. You could use avocado. I use camelina oil. Let's get this party started here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now into there as well, I'm gonna put a couple of buds of garlic. Let that cook on each side for about 3 minutes. We'll let that come to temp. Add a bit of butter in there. Coming along well. All right, that's been a couple of minutes. Let's give these a flip. Oh yeah, look at that, beautiful. Let's check our temp, how we're doing. 108. It's about the same. We're targeting about 135. All right, our filet mignon is done. Let's get a little of this yummy butter. Make sure that butter is coating. I just checked, the temperature is 139, so I was targeting 135. We'll call that done. The final piece de resistance is a bit of cheese. Check this out, Lakeview cheese Galore, Celtic Blue Reserve cheese from Lancaster, Ontario. My great friend, shout out to Girth. I went and said, I'm making this meal. What should I cook? And he said, you've got to put this cheese on top of this steak. So we're just going to put some of this delicious blue cheese right here, right on top, and let that melt right in to these filet mignons. Look at that. Now, One for the cook. I gotta test this cheese. Oh my God, that's good. If you're in Mississauga, Toronto area, Lakeview, cheese galore. Oh my God, that's good cheese. All right, where am I? Our David Hasselhoff potatoes are ready. Check that out. Delicious, open up nicely. I'll put those on the table. And our Fiddleheads are ready. Nice and safe. Nobody's gonna get into trouble with those, that's for sure. We'll do the cut, but for now, check that out. Let's get this onto the table, cut her open, and enjoy. All right, here it is, our filet mignon with delicious blue cheese, David Hasselhoff, Hasselback potatoes, Fiddleheads. Shout out to Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue for the Barbecue Pitmasters of YouTube competition. Best selector Rick's Barbecue and Specialty. Let's tuck right in. Gabe, how do you say delicious steak in Hungarian?
Nagyon finom marha. All right, here we go. Cheers. Fantastic, Mike. Really good.
All right, that's a winner. Thanks for tuning in. Bon appetit, everybody, and best of luck to all the competitors.